Right, so the project of the day is to put a top grapple on my pallet forks here. So I built these pallet forks about 6 months ago, and it's worked, the whole thing's worked quite well. And when I did it, I actually left some holes here and down here and on the other side, thinking that it would be good to have like a grapple on top of the pallets forks when you know, cutting firewood and stuff, where you've got big logs, you can hold it in the pallet forks and cut each side, and then when you get the middle, then you just roll it off and cut it up. But so now I have hydraulic ram here, which is off my hedge trimmer, and so we're just going to reuse that. It can pop back on and off. The hedge trimmer is required, don't use that much, so that will connect into the top one here. And then we'll have two grapples coming out from each side, and then possibly a couple of things in the middle here. Still need to work that out. Got a bit of old steel here, just plan to use, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, been looking how this is going to work, and I'm quite certain if I cut that further down, that'll be fine. If not, if this still it's going to hit this maximum up, but I don't think it's going to go up any further than that from my calculations. I can still cut a piece out of that. That won't matter. This is not structural, so that's fine. So I've mocked this up here, and basically that will sort of work like that, which will work fine, and the log will be in there, and that's what I really want, and that'll be able to go up like that. And I believe that's where the thing will work, but unfortunately the hole here is too low. I need to move the hole up probably by 100 mil, so unfortunately I need to drill some more holes, which I wasn't really planning on doing. But anyway, I think I've got it all sussed now, so let's get into it. So I saved you my hour-long effort. So I've drilled these holes. God, what a mission! But they're done now. Not easy doing that. Something work for hand drill. You really want to do it on a press. But anyway, they're done now. So we move on to the next task. Right, so I've got everything cut out there. The next thing is, before we start welding all that together, is to drill the holes for the joint or the hinge and the 4 pieces at the top here, and then we'll get stuck into welding it all together. Right, so I have the first piece all jigged up here, ready to weld, so I'm going to tack that in and then tack the other pieces in that are over there, and then do the other side, and we'll have this thing tacked up in no time. Right, so I've got it all mocked up here, and that all seems like it's going to work. And so the next thing what I'm going to do is make a cross member that go across here for the hydraulic ram to go on, and I will get it all mocked up and probably go get the tractor and extend out the ram and see how far it goes and comes, and figures out exactly where on this first angle piece we'll put the cross member, or weld the cross member. Right, with some little mucking around, I have actually got this to where I want it. It doesn't hit the forks at the bottom when you're fully extended, but I did have to cut a little bit out up here to stop that hitting, but that's alright, that doesn't really matter. So start the tractor up and you can watch it go up and down. I still need to finish off the welding around these joints, but other than that it's just about done, and so we'll take it out for a test next, see if it does what I still need to probably put a strengthening pad here, I believe, and we'll see how it goes. If it needs more strengthening, well, we'll do that after our test. So we're going to be testing out the clamps I made up today. Basically going to serve two purposes. So one purpose here is, as you can see, I've got a pallet on there, and that's clamped down onto the pallet, and it's going to act as my platform for helping cutting down this tree. So as you can see, this old tree here is, as you can see, half the tree is dead, and so we're going to cut this one down, but I'm going to cut it down in pieces. The tractor will help. We'll lift it up as high as I can and cut it down in pieces, and then do the bottom bit at the end. And then I'll take the pallet off, and we will use the clamps to carry the smaller pieces to the burn pile, and the bigger pieces we'll cut up for firewood. So that's the plan. We've got a few other clean-up processes to do today, so it'll be good to see how the clamps work and go. I mean, it's not a traditional, what you call a traditional clamps, but sort of multi-purpose, and if you've got brush and stuff, it should hold them quite well. But the next job on the list is to actually trim the lower branches on these pine trees. It's got a few pine trees here. This is on Reese's place, so that we can mow around them with the tractor without the safety frame getting in the way of the branches, and me, by the way. So we haven't got any animals at the moment, so and probably won't have any animals for another couple of months. We are expecting a drought here in New Zealand, so I do have 3 more animals coming, but I'm not planning to get them until we're sure that we've got enough grass. But at the moment, as you can see from here, I have been mowing the grass with the tractor. We actually have had quite a lot of rain recently, so everything's flourishing away, but you never know, February's just around the corner, and that's generally our driest month here in New Zealand, and so things could turn very quickly, so I don't want to get the animals until we're sure that we can actually handle having them without having to buy any supplement feed. So that's the plan there. So I want to trim these trees up, and just enough so we can get the tractor around and mow around them. So that's the next job. Okay, inside of getting used to how to use the clamp. Basically drive in and don't try and get too much at once. He hasn't opened the clamp up yet. There we go. It's working quite well. If you Just needs to work it so that you don't have to get off the tractor, which is good. He seems to be getting it now. Anyway, it went quite well. However, Mark 1 of my grapple needs a few modifications. Cut and put quite a lot of pressure on here, and as you can see, this is bent. He had one of the branches down here, and he clamped on it, and it bent it upwards. Also knows me. There's a crack here, which I wondered about putting a piece of reinforcing across there, which we'll have to do. And obviously the same on that side. There's a crack just developing at the bottom there. So all in all, pretty good, but yeah, a few modifications required. That hydraulic ram is clearly quite a lot stronger than you think, and putting a lot more pressure on there. But other than that, it certainly helps once we got the flow of it, getting on and off. Getting the branches, just driving in and getting on the branches on, we're much easier getting on and off and loading them up. So yeah, so that'll be it. We'll have to make a few modifications and see how we go. So back in the workshop this morning. So the plan of attack will be to cut this main beam out across here. I'm going to replace that with this 75 by 50, and it's 6mm thick, I think. That will be much stronger to go in there. Obviously re-weld these joints here on both sides. It's quite bad, and put a brace in here as well on each side to strengthen that. Yeah, so that's the plan. So let's get into it. So you got that piece all cut and ready to go, so I'll tack that in, make sure everything looks square and duff, and make sure it moves up and down without causing any issues down here, and we can fully weld it in. So there we go, everyone, all welded up, finished off. So now it's time to test it out. So this is much stronger, this piece here, so I don't believe that will ever break at all, or bend I should say. And the straps on either side, we never had a problem down here, but I put a little piece in. Here, even though this never broke. And obviously rerouted that and put this big plate in here and welded it. So yeah. That should fix the problem. Mark 2. So let's go test it out. There we go, all done, much improved. No issues with the new version, welds held up fine, and pretty cheap and easy way to make a set of clamps for that goes with the forklift. So you know, not as good as a purchased pet because it's got proper clamps, but you know, for what we're doing and a couple of times a year, it works perfectly good. So thanks everyone for watching, catch you next time.